Hello, my loves, and welcome to Shots of Serenity, where you can find dope conversations and a peace of mind. This podcast is not meant to be a replacement for counseling or psychotherapy. I encourage each and every one of you to seek out a licensed helping professional as you see fit. This podcast was established as a safe space to continue the conversation of mental health and all of its manifestations. Now, let's get into it.
Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode of Shots of Serenity podcast. I am your host, Jasmine St. John, and this is a beautiful space to land where we love to explore ways to welcome peace and love into our lives through mindfulness, soul care, and self-exploration. So we love to start each episode off by asking, how are you genuinely doing? Inviting you to go beyond, I'm good, I'm okay, I'm chilling, I'm cool. All the generic stuff that we tell people to get them out of our face. You're really invited to check in, to hold some space for yourself and really ask yourself, like, body, mind, spirit, what's up? What's going on? What do you need? How are you feeling? We are officially in summer. Happy summer. If you're in Florida, it feels like we've been in summer from April. Okay. But happy summer season, which is crazy. We're trucking along. We're halfway through the year. So considering that it is summer, we're talking about this transition into the summer. You guys know that we are cyclical beings. That means by seasons, by cycles is really how we flow. We are not like these linear creatures, but almost often up and down, ebb and flowing, going through these different motions of these different cycles of life. And I think it's really important to make sure we highlight that on this podcast, especially because we really value seasons alignment and being mindful of what is going on in your lane and not really comparing yourself to other people because we're all on such different trajectories. But naturally, for most of us, and specifically the US, the sun is out. It is a lot brighter. It's hot. I don't know, it's just a Florida thing, but it's hot. And so summer as a whole typically represents vitality, energy, abundance. We came out of the winter season as we were hibernating. We started blossoming a little bit in spring, coming out of our shells, really like spreading our wings, coming alive, really enjoying ourselves the way that nature itself was doing. Whereas now summer, it's been a full season. We're outside, we are energized, we have vitality. Things are in abundance, the flowers, everything is not just here, but here in abundance. The butterflies, the birds, like nature is really like, look, before it gets back cold again, before it's time for us to rest again, we outside, okay? And so with that being said, I think it's important for us to explore what are some things that we are letting go and releasing, and what are some things that are no longer serving us as we move into the summer season. It can be important for us to understand some of the things that are holding us back, maybe even emotionally, to becoming this abundant, vital, energetic human being that we are very much so destined to become. This is awareness. This is a checking in, especially as we're transitioning into a new season, especially as we are going into the second quarter of a new year, and being mindful of that. Some of the things that may be holding us back is fear cloaked in busyness. Summer, everybody's outside, everybody's moving and grooving, people are traveling, the kids are out, they're not in school, parents are trying to keep them busy themselves. And so how can we explore if the busyness, if the hustling and the moving is important because it's conducive to this season as you take in the energy of abundance? Or do we need to explore that this busyness kind of has no direction and we're actually being called to slow down and to really enjoy what is around us, to really be able to literally slow down and smell the flowers and take a second and really just enjoy this vitality that we have before we transition into fall. And so a question for you can be, am I busy because this is conducive and this is the season that I'm in and this is what is required of me while still holding space to slow down, to rest and restore? Or is fear present and I'm moving because when I sit in silence, when I am slowing down, I'm a little uncomfortable of what comes up, or I'm a little fearful of some of the parts of myself that I have to sit with. Neither of them are right or wrong, being honest with ourselves, right? The second thing is emotional attachments or walls. So almost opposite ends of the spectrum. Some things that may be holding us back is attachments to identities, people, emotions, experiences that we really over-identify with. Things that were a part of our story, things that were a part of our experience, but we are now identifying with them and making them a part of who we are, as opposed to saying, this was an experience, this was a version of myself, this was something that I had to endure, and it is not who I am, but it was a part of my story, it was a part of my experience. And so are we really attaching and over-identifying with the experiences that we have, whether they be really happy, successful, liberating, conducive experiences, or maybe even some of those traumatic, heavy, stressful, solitude-based experiences. And then the second part of that is there an emotional wall? Because things that have happened, I can't get too close. I can't really get involved and wrapped up in the things. I'm outside, but I'm outside until myself to the corner. This may feel like it's supposed to be for safety's sake, but actually I'm doing this to avoid. Are some of those things present in your life? Last but not least, some things that can be holding us back as we transition into the summer season is a thought process that we have to have it all together. And I get it. It feels like, okay, if I'm going to do this thing, I need the best equipment. I need the support. I need the team. I need the money. I need the resources. Eventually, sometimes we just need to start. Sometimes we got to do it messy. Sometimes we got to do it and no one's showing up and it's just you. Sometimes you got to do it even when you're kind of exhausted, but you know that you have the space, the opportunity, and time to slow down and rest when it's needed. But right now, as mentioned, we're locked in. We're getting a goal completed. We're building and planting the seeds. So when that next season is upon us, we're ready to go. We're not missing our opportunity, or we're not doing the thing that God placed on our heart. Because something that I am really understanding, not just intellectually, is God is going to get his job done regardless. God's going to do what God got to do. And so whether you're the vessel to do it in this season or not, God needs his plan. Your skills, your community, your voice can be saving lives. And I'm not saying that in a way of like fear mongering, but more so like when we think about the way that we are abundantly skilled and creative and amazing human beings, well, I keep all that in. And I get it. I've been dealing with this as well and trying to understand what those skills are, how to steward and compartmentalize them better, especially in these different roles and these different seasons of life. And that doesn't take away from the fact that, you know, you have a blessing with your name on it. Just because God has a goal to achieve doesn't mean that you're being left for dead or another opportunity isn't presented. But I am learning that, okay, yes, sometimes we need the lesson repeated, but if it's a lesson that we can take things away and move forward, why are we still repeating the same thing? Why are we having to start over again and again and again? And don't get me wrong, I love a good start over. I love a good pivot. I love a good continuation. I love a good sacred return down. And when is it time to follow through? When is it time to quantum leap past that next level and keep moving? If you've already, this is a bad analogy, but if you're on level 2 of 2K, it's probably the level 2 of 2K, but if you're on level 2 of Pac-Man, of Roblox, whatever it is, you're not going to keep staying on this level. You are ready to get to another level. You're ready to acquire more skills. You're ready to unlock that next character. And so when it's time for you to move on, you bring in the understandings and the resources and skills that were obtained during level 1 and 2. You got me? All the basketball fans and 2K players, one of them being Jessica, that is literally behind this camera looking at me like, cut it. That analogy. You know what I mean? You know? But to me, use the analogy that works for you. Alrighty, loves, there's almost going to be like a part 2 in our next episode. We talk about 4 mindful practices for summer. And so it's almost like a continuation of this. So we can think of it as this is the first part of us building awareness, exploring, hey, what are some things that may be holding me back emotionally as I enter the summer season? How can I be mindful to welcome in and to curate that revitalizing energy, that abundant energy, especially because nature, the universe, the world, your spiritual team, your ancestors are really supporting that mindset in this moment, and kind of temperature checking as to where you are with that. And then next week, we'll talk about some practices to support you on that journey. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and do all the things that are needed for us to continue to bring these beautiful conversations to life. Thank you so much for the support. I'll see you guys next episode. Namaste.
For taking the time out to listen and join the conversation. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. If you've done so already and you like the vibes, be sure to write a review wherever you're listening to Shots of Serenity. It truly helps. Also, feel free to email or DM us with any recommendations, questions, comments, or concerns. Our email is shotsofserenity@gmail.com. Our Instagram is shotsofserenity_, and those are all spelled the exact same way it is spelled on our podcast. I'll see you guys next episode. Thanks again for listening. Peace and blessings to you all and your families, and I hope you all have an amazing